That'll be fun.
I got a spirit box, guys.
Oh no!
I don't want to do this. What? Yes, let's do it. Why are we doing this?
Guys, I ain't got no flashlight. Oh no, I am not getting out this
Come back. Come on.
flashlight.
I'm Budo's brave. I'm scared, y'all. I'm really shaking over here. Yo, I'm scared. Oh no, wait!
Oh, that was good.
Council's Corner. Another week down. I'm kidding. We got most of the people here tonight.
Yeah,
Yo,
right.
you sound
normal, didn't you?
It's Leaky. And Katie.
I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't either.
No, you didn't hear anything I said?
There you go. No,
Yeah,
you sounded off, bro.
Yeah,
Now
you were
sound
fine the
good.
whole lead up to the
Oh
show, and
my
then we go
God.
live, and all of a sudden it's, hey guys, can you hear me? Oh, no,
Welcome to Council's
I saw that.
Corner, everybody.
There we go.
Oh, is that what you said? Was our intro not able to be heard?
Oh,
Fired.
this is better than an intro. This is better than an intro.
We're
I
like
saw-
on the meta level of starts of the show right now.
Oh, yeah.
There we are. Oh my gosh. I saw Zay in that video. She's like, I've seen enough horror movies. I know I die first. I don't have a flashlight.
I sure the hell did not. Budo was brave.
Yes. And if we're doing introductions, yep, Budo here. I was the brave one.
And he
in
died
Phasmaphobia.
times.
And I keep dying because of it. So,
Uh,
but it's all for fun.
Very fun.
yeah, so that was Phasmaphobia. It's a PC-only title right now, but we've been, for some reason, playing it. It's terrifying.
But fun.
It's fun, it's hilarious, but it's also like, wear a diaper.
You know, you were scared because we heard you. Why are we doing this?
I still don't know why we did it.
It was fun.
We're in
You know,
the pregame lobby, and I was terrified and scared.
yeah, it was her idea, and it was all because of Meta. She wanted to see Meta in there as his potty self, and that's why she wanted to get that game and have all of us play.
And he's
Because
it's not even playing.
I don't have PC VR, but if
You
someone
have
if someone wants to buy me a PC,
Get about 12 more checks, and she got you.
oh shit!
yeah, it's a fun game. And we're playing
No,
it. It's
I
fun.
tried running PC VR through Steam and Virtual Desktop on my laptop, and my laptop it didn't like it, so that's that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's maybe some settings you can adjust because your laptop's not much worse than mine is.
It's my GPU. My GPU is just barely not good enough. But anywho,
So
welcome to
Bowman,
the show. Let's make fun of Bonely.
it's time to make fun of Bowman. I see you got some sleeves on tonight. Are those your racing sleeves?
Side sleeves on last week. A Boonley shirt on, you know.
so Bonley, how did you do with your first race?
My first race of the entire league was first place.
And
That was
Congrats,
not, That
dude.
was not repeated for the rest of the season. Because I accidentally invited a ringer into the league.
Accidentally?
You
No.
know.
He just
So
couldn't
we're-
deal with me winning.
So we're in the
he did
chat
good. Yeah.
right after this guy shows up, and the chat's literally called Trash Talk. And someone's like, "Oh yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of my ass," and this guy goes, "You should check the leaderboards and the world records." He's like in the top 10 on every map, and he's number 1 on 2. So, you know,
Yeah.
world record holder. This is
So
the
we
guy
got-
Bonley invites to our freaking tournament.
Put him in
Hey,
the
you know what? We want the best of the best in our competition, and I invite any of the other top 10 members to join us and get in the competition. Because amongst
Hey.
you, you'll hold each other back. We just need a few more guys right at the top to pull each other back. This one ahead is no good. But when we need you getting hit by the items, and we get 3 people up front, we're gonna pull them back to reality. It's gonna happen. If no one else joins, I'm doing it. Me and Sermato, we're gonna pull his ass back to reality.
Sermato got voluntold.
The worst part about racing with him is I think I DNF'd on like at least 3 races. Like he finished so
We all
fast.
did on one of them.
Most of us,
Yeah,
Oh, I
2
made it.
people.
I made it.
Oh,
Sermato made
But
it.
all that to say, it's a really fun time. I'm glad we're doing it. We'll have.
Yeah.
We tried to stream it. I tried to stream it, and it didn't work out very well.
But it
So
will
there's
next
like a 4-minute clip of us talking about racing.
We recorded
But,
some of it though.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got
we're
some
gonna get
recordings, so we'll get it up on Twitch and YouTube.
do you guys
Yeah.
get the race where I beat Bonley?
No,
'Cause that's all I care
it
about.
didn't happen.
This guy, this Joker right here, is aiming for me for no reason. He was in there just attacking me, following me around.
Oh yeah, I had a couple of shots open on Bobo, the ringer. I was just like, nope, Bonley.
And we had the nerve we had 7 people and 1 wild card NPC, and that stupid NPC was following me around attacking me too. Ice, I'll never forget her. She got in 3rd place of everybody. She got 1st place in one of them, and when I was at low, she was low. She was following me around, killing me. I'm telling you, she had a
The
first.
freaking bot. Like, what are they doing making bots that fast? That's ridiculous.
Oof.
So
No, Bobo said that some of the bots have world records.
I think Bonley invited her.
Probably. Yeah. He's like,
Oh,
take
and
out the
Ice,
best
and
person.
That's stupid. I'll never forget that. That was crazy. I hated her. But no, it's really fun. I look forward to next week. I really do.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
practice.
talk.
I'm gonna take you down, Bobo.
We're gonna talk about the holiday, and by that I clearly mean the
Today.
MetaQuest gaming show.
Dude,
That's the only thing that I'm talking about. And clearly,
I think most of us are celebrating the MetaQuest holiday showcase.
yeah, this is how you celebrate it.
In states where it's legal to celebrate that. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've been looking forward to today for a couple weeks, and I can't remember the last time I was this let down. Like, I was expecting news on Cambria. No news on Cambria.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Expecting metaverse news. No metaverse news. Expecting maybe some developers to talk about something. No. We're going to show you 7 trailers and be hosted by the most dull bag of bricks person they could find.
So,
like, everything about it was so bad.
So I've done some thinking about it today, like the format they use, and let's just say I used my super secret getting high powers while thinking, and it gave me vibes of like if you've ever seen like, and it's not a bad thing, it's just they have a different audience, but Nintendo, they have like a YouTube channel, and they do like game announcements on their YouTube channel by like Nintendo sponsored accounts, and like, hey, what's up? And it looked like that, except for the thing about that is Nintendo is trying to market in those advertisements towards people like 13 to 15. Like, it felt like they didn't know who their target audience was.
So I've been
VR is
using
still
my
considered-
powers.
Oh, what?
Sorry.
No, I was
didn't
almost
interrupt you
done.
there.
So VR is still considered like a luxury at this point, like by most people. I don't know why it is though, and I feel like most people who have it currently are most of them are adults, at least right now. That's just my opinion, and I feel like they don't realize or recognize that.
I think you got that right. I think because I also used my powers, my super secret powers today. And like, so my expectation was like an E3 showcase.
Yeah, me
like
too.
You know, let's say Ubisoft shows up at E3, they give like a 2-hour presentation, they get celebrities to come up. Are you done celebrating? You know, they get celebrities to come up on stage and like introduce the next game. There's all this hype and it's crazy. So I'm
we didn't get a
expecting.
celebrity. We got the Zuck.
So my thought on it, because what I was thinking with my thoughts was, they knew if they had anyone remotely interesting, it would overshadow the game, right?
I thought you were gonna
Like,
say that.
oh, well, I mean, dude, robot comes on screen. Hello, I am the Zuckerberg. I am here because I own the company and I was told it was important to be here. Do you like
I mean,
where I'm
that's some pretty
standing?
impressive technology.
You too can stand here today because we released this environment.
Oof.
Zuckerberg out. And then I didn't even know. Like, I don't get what was happening. But the whole thing, just, it almost felt like an April Fool's joke. Like, oh, look, they're announcing games that have already been announced, and we've already seen the literal trailer for one of them we saw in December. So it's like, what are they doing with this? It doesn't make sense to me. And then they're like, oh, we're out of here, goodbye. And then Zuckerberg shows up and there's, oh no, we're out of here for real this time, goodbye. And
But then
the
no.
Ghostbusters trailer
No, we're
pops
outta
up. It ends and I'm like, are we out of here? Is this
Now she's out of here in the Ghostbusters car.
oh yeah, and then
If it had kept just going like that, it would have become one of those things where it's so bad it's good. If
Right.
it had happened again and it was like, and now I'm at my house, I would just been like, okay, I guess you know which day you're putting this out there on.
so since we kind of put our eggs in this basket this week, you know, when we're planning out the show, we thought, man, there's a huge event happening on Wednesday. Why don't we just cover the event? The half-hour broadcast of 7 game trailers.
It was an infomercial. It was literally an infomercial. It was somebody trying to sell you a knife set. Like, that's what it felt like.
There's like a video of some guy trying to put on his headset. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I need a silicone
I feel
face
like
mask.
Is this
Sam's
you?
Club, and
Yeah.
someone was
This
handing
never
out free
happened.
and that's
samples
how
for
they were
something I
talking.
didn't want.
I mean, that's how I felt like that's how we were being talked to. Like, just like, you know. And I thought it was very, very odd that they chose to feature Moss the way that they did when Moss came out for Moss 2 as an exclusive for PlayStation.
Yeah,
So that doesn't make any sense. Why would you feature a
they
game
showed no respect for
that
them.
when it's a PlayStation only game and they spent all that effort on it? It's like you can't even get Moss 2 on the Oculus, but they're excited it's going to come out after everyone on PlayStation.
After everyone's already played it.
Yeah, like,
And
what
I
the-
mean, when I look at Moss, I mean, it feels like a console game.
it does.
And like, it's a really neat way to do VR, and it's interesting and it's cool. But it just got the notification that someone was here, and you don't see them in the list.
Oh,
Oh, look,
Here.
it's here.
So
What's up, y'all?
it's a cool way to do a game. But I'm
I don't know
assuming
what just happened to your audio.
it's kind of
Your audio just went out again, Kitty. But it came back last time.
Yeah,
check 1 2.
There you
it's
go.
working.
Check 1. Okay.
Weird.
So it is a cool way to do a game, but I mean, if I'm in VR, like, I want to play VR. I want to be the star of the show, you know?
I mean, I personally really loved the first Moss. I thought it was a unique way to use VR. And I liked it. I mean, I know what you mean. I generally like to play first person in VR, but I liked something different like that. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm actually super stoked on Moss 2. I was bummed when I saw it was PSVR exclusive when it first came out. I was like, damn it. I really want to play that, but Guess it's not going to take too
Is this a
long.
multiplayer
they
game?
said-
I've never heard of it.
No, it's a single player overworld view game where you control. It's like a storybook opens up and then like it's being read. It's done. It looks super professional the way they did it. Like if we can even pull up the trailer, so Sormata has an idea. But
No, he was supposed to do the homework. I don't have a trailer for Moss pulled up.
No, but what's it called? But Moss in general, it's just, did they actually feature anything else in this whole thing today as much as they did Moss with having the thing there and having her interact with it? Just to be like,
Yeah.
hey, guys, we're going to get this too eventually.
No, they put a lot of time and effort into that game that came out 10 years ago. What was it called? Resident Evil 4?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into showcasing that too. Which
Yeah.
again, like, there's new stuff in the world. Like, there are new games. Why are we not featuring these awesome studios that are putting out good content? Like, what are they thinking? Like, I'm
Totally.
so mad. But
Also, why was there no recap or any sort of hype about all the good stuff they had going on leading up to this? I mean, there was no anything. Like they didn't.
Oh,
there was
the
no
day-
soul in this thing today. There was no heart.
No.
There was no excitement. They were just robots out there. It just, it's
Well,
terrible.
they didn't expect an audience either. That Facebook group that's like, "Are you coming to the event?" When I saw it yesterday, it had like 700 like attendees. I was like, "What?"
is that it? Wow, I was one of them.
Damn. That bodes well for us, eh?
I mean, I think it goes to show you that Meta is not a gaming platform and a gaming studio. Like, they're out of their league right now.
Yeah,
Like, how
get
do you
it,
not market that
get
better?
it together, man.
How, like even if it doesn't do well, like how is it only 700? Where is your marketing? You are Facebook, you're Meta, like you're known to be able to like.
They can literally
Let's
put it on.
markets
Let's
by
do
just
our
one single
supposedly
place.
biggest broadcast of the year. Let's do it at noon in the middle of the friggin' week.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't.
It's
None
'cause
of
they're
it
so
makes
out of
any
touch,
sense.
man.
Like, it's.
Because
I'm
everyone who
living
works
in
in that
a.
office was allowed to take today off because they work at Facebook and it's 420. And they're like, everyone else can take off work. Yeah, that's how the world works.
Dude, it's wild. Does anyone else have anything on Moss, or do we want to move on?
You can move on.
Let's move on.
It's a neat game. I'm sorry you don't know what it is.
Yeah, we
Samuel.
can move on.
To put it into perspective, it's a lot
I
like
think I played
the
Moss
visuals
1.
of Demio.
Hmm.
So it's kind of
That's
that
good,
same
but-
feeling where you're in third person and you're playing with things.
It
But
would
you're
be
But it's like a
Yeah.
PS2 platformer.
and it would be too simplified to say that it's really like Zelda, but in some ways it reminds me of Zelda. But like, it's like you get to be fucking the fairy, but the fairy's like all powered, and then you also get to
So-
control the
Hey,
character.
listen.
So
Hey,
I
listen.
100% disagree with Budo's interpretation of this game. But
You don't think it's like fucking a fairy?
I don't personally. I think it's
I mean, I get-
more like it feels like Shrek, the video game from like the PS from like the PC or whatever, like the platformer,
Yes.
like and the fairy
From what
godmother
was
is
it,
talking
Nintendo
to you at the
64 or
phone.
PlayStation 1?
I think it was like GameCube.
GameCube. Yeah, we
I
had
got concerned
But
that you were going to reference that Shrek from the Discord. Slow down.
No, but I'm really happy Moss exists though because it's a very unique concept
It
of
is.
puzzle in the platforming, and it
And-
feels polished. I'm happy that it's a thing. I am.
Yeah. And I'm glad this one's coming to Quest. Again, it feels like it should have already been here. But, PlayStation are exclusives. But, it's cool to get it a little while later. But
I also am happy that it's becoming a franchise. I was worried that it would be like a one and done. I didn't even know they made a second one.
has
Alright.
anyone heard of Aspire 1? Let's start there.
I heard of it literally the night before. I was going through the store.
Because they announced Aspire 2,
Hmm.
the sequel to the first game, really.
I didn't know
So-
I was supposed to be excited about this.
I'm going to pull up on my
I-
phone right now the number of reviews for
Oh.
Aspire 1.
Peppermint
Yakuza
notice
Store.
senpai.
But
Well-
I will say the visuals looked interesting in it. There was one part
Was
where
it
he
in
like
game
flings
footage?
his gun up and he throws the clip in the air and then he slams the gun on the magazine and loads it. I was like, that's kind of cool. That's neat. It's a
I
cool
wonder where they
mechanic,
got that from. I love that
right?
works.
It's like a dude perfect video. The
Right.
guy had to do it like 800 times to get the clip, so you'll never be able to do it in game.
Okay, so maybe I'm being too harsh. So for
It's-
VR, 2,700
Yeah,
4-star
views.
reviews. That's more than most in the store. I feel like that's one of the larger titles for VR actually.
So, did you feel any excitement watching the trailer? I didn't.
it
I was
jiggle
like,
you?
that looks cool.
So it
That's
looks
about where-
cool, but it's like so many of these developers don't know what they want to do with VR as a medium, and that's why when something like Demio comes out or Zenith, it's like really, or Vox, it's really nice because it mixes it up. Even though Vox is still technically also an FPS, but like it's like everyone is like, let's make an FPS, and it's like, guys, we are sorely missing varied content. Their
Well-
game looks awesome. Can we get something other
And
than an FPS?
It feels like they're all trying to mirror console games in VR. So like
Yeah,
this looks like
which is a
Splinter
mistake.
Cell or Tom Clancy. Like it looks like those kind of games.
And you know what it ends up
And-
feeling like to me? I don't know if this is echoed by anyone else. It feels like I went into Aldi or Aldi, however you want to pronounce it, and I got a bunch of off-brand groceries. Like I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty,
Yeah,
the cringe third-party version.
yeah, exactly. These are chocolate sandwich cookies.
So
They're
it's like
just as
shopping
good
at a
as
grocery
Oreos.
outlet.
Yeah,
No, Oreos
that's
are
why
the
when you see a
knockoff.
game that's been built from the ground up
But it
for
does-
VR, it's so nice.
It does look cool, but again,
Newman,
just like what
though,
you said, Meta,
they're just as
they're
good as Oreos.
making
Swear.
games that already exist on consoles. Like it's very strange.
But
Very strange.
I will say that based on what I saw, it has, for me personally at least, it has the potential to be better than some of the other FPS shooters
Yeah.
that I've seen.
It looks really
It,
good.
it looks
too.
like it could be
looks
competition
really
for
good.
like top 3 like Quest standalone FPS shooters, but I haven't played it obviously. But I'm saying based on what it looks like. But who knows? Oh my God, can we skip?
We can't, but I would love to.
What is this? Sims
You can
VR?
pre-order this
Is
right
this
now.
a City Builder? Is it Civilization?
No,
If it's
no,
not-
it's not Civilization.
what
That
is
If
might
it's
be
not
a good
Roller
game
Coaster
to play.
Tycoon, I don't want to build it in VR.
I saw this
Now, there you
sweet
go,
game in
Roller
the
Coaster
Oculus store
Tycoon.
that I would have loved to see just an update for on that. It was Coaster Battle or something. It's like a roller coaster game, but like you shoot each other from the carts as you go by. But it's single player. I was like, what is
Oh my
this?
God!
It's single player that game.
You even said that.
Single
I
player.
was literally imagining like paintball roller coaster.
That's what it is. No,
That'd be fun.
that's what it is. But they made it single player.
Oh,
I was imagining that you had to
I-
design coasters that would fire carts of people at your enemy.
I think the problem is one of the things we give Zenith a lot of shit. But I mean, they got multiplayer working, and it feels really seamless. You know,
Do you
You've
want
got-
multiplayer?
wait,
in
hold
Cities
on,
VR?
hold on. I want to use the word seamless.
I wouldn't either.
You
But I
did.
mean,
Oh,
the
wait.
fact is, like, you've got all these people playing the same game. You see the same thing. You're fighting the same things. You're doing damage to it. They actually did a really good job with it, and I think they're one of the first companies to even try that shit. So, you know, when we're talking multiplayer in VR, I think it's just really intense, and game companies look at it and they go, maybe we'll add it later, you know. But I'm getting feedback. Are my
No.
speakers on? No, my speakers aren't on, so somebody's feedbacking.
So guys, Cities VR here, man. But I do agree about Zenith. Guys, I just totally railroaded Kitty. Go back to what you were saying, Kitty.
But well, yeah, we got way off subject. Cities VR. So you're a city manager in VR. I think someone was in a board meeting and they were like, you know, it'd be awesome if you were like God looking at a city and you got to build it. And one guy was like, isn't that already a game? And he went, no, because this is in VR. And they all went, oh
would
yeah,
prefer
yeah.
to play this on PC.
Oh, yeah.
This is a game I would actually I might entertain this on PC actually. There are like PC games that are like this that are actually good. if you like sandbox games, but like this isn't a game I want to play in VR, not with the current quality of what VR has to offer.
Right. Like, there's other stuff we can do. Like, when are they going to realize? Yeah. And not just one. They didn't announce the other one, but there's actually another
There's
Cities
another
game
one,
right
like
next to
Tiny
it.
Cities.
And when you look at the store, they're side by side.
They're
They
the
didn't
only
even
two
bother
new
like
releases.
trying to mix it up.
I
Like,
think
they
that
should
one's
be-
delayed. They
No.
said Little Cities is delayed.
Next.
Next, yeah.
Next.
Yeah, that's going to be a pass. No excitement whatsoever.
Yeah, you know what it is?
Now-
Is that it doesn't have any
The Walking
personality.
Dead.
If they were smart with that cities thing, they would have made it comedic, or they would have done something interesting with it and given it some personality. And then you might like if you built the city and then you had interesting instances happening with like giants attacking your city or like weird funny stuff like giant animals like
Like
going crazy.
tentacular.
Yeah, like just something stupid going on in there. I think it would make a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Like there maybe there's ways to make it better, but what they showed looked like a snooze fest.
Has anybody
Now-
played the first Walking Dead?
I haven't, but I heard really good things about
It
it.
looked really good.
I hear
I
I
just,
just
wish it
haven't
was
had the time.
multiplayer.
It's not multiplayer.
I know. I just wish it was because I don't do scary shit by myself.
so this, I mean, as far as looks, like it looked amazing.
Mhm.
Looks like it'll be fun. Again, now they said it was 4-player co-op, right? Did I
So-
mishear that?
Is it? I didn't
I
know
didn't
that.
hear anything about
we can
multiplayer.
find that out super easy. I'm on the
Yeah.
Oculus store right now. Let's see.
It won't be on the
We're
store.
having a
Yeah, it is. It's already, they put everything onto the store as coming soon from Gaming Showcase after it aired.
Interesting.
What was that?
I didn't see. You know what? If this game is 4-player co-op, they did a freaking terrible job of communicating that during that show. A terrible job.
It's single user. Game mode is single user.
A single user. Man, see, this is again. We're
See,
running
like
into
all of
same
the
thing.
polished, well, not all, but a lot of the polished storylines that you can go through in VR are all single player experiences.
My issue with most of the single-player VR games is just that most of them are extremely on rails. You know, you can't really explore all that much in the single-player games. It's mostly the multiplayer games that are open world.
I don't think they can justify the game space needed to generate that for
Maybe
download.
that's- It's crazy to me, but yeah, they all choose not to do these multiplayer, and it's not. Again, you're not trying to build an MMO, but just getting 4 people to see the same thing. You think it'd be easy enough at this point.
How about
know,
how
maybe I
about
need
at
to try it.
least a 2-player co-op that goes through the whole story and isn't just a side thing? Like we got Battle Sister on the side recently, a couple of us, and the game is amazing and it's got a co-op horde thing, which is cool. But like it would be amazing to actually be able to just go through the entire story with 2 people. I mean, I would like to see something epic and something big and story driven where you could co-op it together. I mean, that would be pretty nice. Like, how about the Resident Evil where it was the guy and the girl, and where you could at least co-op through the whole story? That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I mean,
it
yeah,
does
something.
feel like what Kitty said though. Like I've noticed that a lot of games in VR start out single player, and a lot of them do a multiplayer update, which is a really big update to do for your game. That's a lot of content just to add for an update.
What
Put
you
'em
got
on
going
the
on
wall.
over there? What's going on?
That lightning, that thunder scared the crap out of us.
Wait,
That was
you guys
y'all?
can hear my fan? Hold up, I'll turn my fan off. Tell me if this fixes the problem.
How is your fan going to fix them having thunder?
Well, no, they said my fucking fan was too loud.
Gotta figure this out, guys.
He's Jesus.
Med has been controlling the weather this whole time. I knew
None
it.
of us have a discussion.
You don't think Facebook can control the weather? Let me teach you a thing or two.
Oh,
Let me know if you hear thunder in 3, 2.
He's got the meta harp system.
Oh, see,
Nothing
I've
else.
got random. These are popping up at random, so I don't know which the next game is going to
And
be.
I just wanted to
That's
say
gonna be
welcome to
great.
Rojo and Pandian. Pandian.
So-
Oh, yeah, we got a couple of
In
the shows.
NFL, this interests me that the NFL cares to make a game in VR that's branded NFL, because they don't just give that out. That's why
So-
Madden's such a dynasty, because they
so
have
the-
the rights to use the NFL.
The company that made this, they're actually the company that makes the VR training for athletes. So, for some reason, they thought that meant they could make a video game. I don't know. I was
Well,
reading
think
all the
about it this way,
detail.
Kitty. Kitty, let me put it from a different perspective, because I was thinking about this earlier, because I kind of trashed this game with you earlier, and then I started thinking about it, and it's like maybe their target audience is younger. Just how the thing was promoted, the way that it was. There's a lot of kids that are out there that are playing football and playing different things, and would actually benefit from something like this. So they're like, I think the NFL thinks that they want to get this into the hands of kids that want to be quarterbacks in the future, because they think and eventually maybe it can make them better, produce better people. So I think that they have a few different interests in getting down, not this game as the end of it all, but where this is going. They might see benefits in it and what's going on with the NFL and want to get it in the hands of younger kids.
Later,
So
Brandon.
I agree with that.
Well,
I am just excited
Yeah.
for it because the money that means it's bringing to VR and the name. The NFL is
yeah.
a big pot of money.
I feel like we're trying to bring sports into the whole VR world, and EA owns the NFL license to be able to license the game to make something like this. And EA's been stretching and reaching in every direction, trying to find a way. They put themselves on Game Pass. They have a license with Sony, and they've just been trying to get themselves in bed with anybody and everybody to just try to sell content, because I don't think they have enough followership when it comes to
You think this is
Madden
a cash
and
grab
the show
from EA?
MLB
That's true.
2022.
EA is the worst with.
Do they do anything that
is
isn't
the
a cash
worst.
grab?
They always do.
I feel like that's all this
Recently?
is. This is just them trying to peek their nose into the door and see what's going on. See
Didn't
if
they put
anybody's
loot boxes
interested.
into the most recent Maddens?
One thing I did find really interesting about this game is just the entire broad spectrum of multiplayer. So you can literally play a game of catch with your friends in any NFL stadium you want to. You can go to any NFL stadium.
Yo, that's
and you
gonna
can
bring in the
play
mega
catch.
fans. Mega fans will buy VR just so they can do
You
that.
can play catch in VR. You could also do that in literally every other VR game that exists. But I guess you can do it in the Cowboy Stadium or AT&T Stadium, whatever they call those things. I don't know.
We'll see. What could be cool is if they find a way to do, because like what's it called? I can't think of what it's called, but they have like on the line like football
Oh, yeah.
events where like there's like
They've been doing it
cables
with
that go over
basketball.
top of it. If you could look like you're on the field in VR, like in live time during a game, people would do that.
They've been doing broadcast for basketball now where it's fully computer generated off of the actual action on the court.
Yeah,
So
that's what it,
you can move around the court, sit your camera wherever you want to, and watch the game. So that'd be neat in this if you could actually like import data from games and stuff like that. Like that'd be cool. But again, this is not what
Yeah.
this is.
but
This
I
is a
do
play
feel
catch
like
with
this
your
is the
friends
first step
simulator.
towards like esports being like traditional type sports. Like this is the first of any of the major like sports leagues that have made an official
But-
title for the Quest.
But I said this earlier when we were in the live stream, and I'm going to say it again. If I want to play catch, I want it to be in outer space, and we're throwing some alien octopus around or something. I don't want to throw a football in the grass.
like on the rings
outside.
of Saturn.
Yeah, I can go outside and throw a
Exactly.
football. Like VR is one of those things where you get to experience things you couldn't do. I'm going to cut a zombie's arm off with a chainsaw. Like, I probably will never get to do that in real life. But could I go throw a football to my friend? I could, and it would probably work a
Probably.
lot better than it's going to work in VR.
Hey, but think of all the money you saved not having to buy the football.
I wonder how much they're going to charge for this.
All you
game.
have to do is
That's what I really
buy
want
a
to know.
headset and buy the game. That's all you gotta do.
And then your friend has to have the headset too if you want to play with them.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know,
Oh,
I feel like
man.
I feel like ultimately that's what they're trying to do by doing something like this. Is just they're trying to get EA on the bandwagon. Okay, I can't. No way. I don't think so.
No, they were excited about this.
Yeah.
This looked like a crap game on my phone. It looked like crap on a computer.
It can be fun.
this
It can be
is one
fun.
of the things I am
But,
most
like,
excited
come
for in the history of VR. Kier,
Think about
Get
playing.
out of here
When-
with your
Think about
manga.
playing with that.
It's
Yes.
mechanics, man. It's the
When Among
mechanics of
Us
the
came
game,
out,
not about.
I wasted like 2 weeks of my life playing it,
I
and there was something
It's
so much fun
50-50
about playing
mechanics.
random people. Like
It'll be so much more fun with a group of
it's
friends.
gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
If you're in the guild, it's gonna be a
You know-
requirement.
You
gotta
know,
have Among Us.
you know what I actually would love to see in VR. Speaking of something of this nature, but it flopped horribly on console. Have you guys ever heard of Evolve?
I've heard of it. I
remember
can
it
see the
flopping.
logo in my head, and that's about it.
So it's a 4v1 game where if there's 4 people that
Oh,
work
that's right.
in cooperation to take down
And
the
then a
monster.
monster.
Creature, which is another person playing.
400
And that would be sweet in VR.
That
They have
game
a
looked
game like
so
that.
cool at
As well, like
They have a
E3,
game
and
like
then
that.
it came
It's
out
with-
for real, and it was just
They have
not
a
the
game
same
like that.
game.
It's with squirrels. It's with squirrels where there's
Squirrels in
the
the tree.
VR. The person in VR is a tree, and then the people play.
What?
People play on their phone app as squirrels and attack them
Why?
and go up to the tree, and the tree has to try to knock them
It's
away.
cute.
So there's one person in VR, and the rest of the people are playing on an app.
So,
Interesting.
so
Huh.
early on, well, even still, developers are trying to figure out how to make VR multiplayer, and they're like, well, there's only one headset, so everyone else has to play. So the idea is you put people on their phones. So there's like that puppet game. There's the squirrel game. There's another one that's like kind of samurai themed.
I
can't remember
do
what it's called.
vibe with the whole idea of Among Us and doing the tasks and like having to suspect somebody and having to be there and like communicating. But man, I hope it doesn't look
Yeah.
the way it did on
So-
your phone.
So it's fun that you would mention that, Kier, because I actually have the trailer for this one.
Let's see it.
So here we go.
Let's
I don't even care how it looks. It's the
Hell yeah.
gameplay that's going to make it fun.
The
Us all
gameplay would
lying
be
to each
amazing.
other about who the guy is. It's
Yes.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's you! No, it wasn't me, I swear! Could be anybody.
It's going to be fun. We're going to make it fun.
It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be great. We're
That
gonna have
already looks
amazing
way better than I
content.
thought.
Yeah, the
Would.
graphics look.
I'm in.
What do you think they're gonna put us on a 2D screen with hand-drawn pictures?
You know the most
love
of the game
the art
when it was
direction.
made in Windows Paint. No,
Siberian. So they're gonna ride and we don't live stream.
It was yellow!
There we go.
I can't wait.
Yep.
It's gonna be so much fun.
That's
Now we
is
had
gonna
a
be
comment
pretty
about
fun.
streaming in the chat.
Oh, we will definitely live stream this.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I think the first time we play it, we should.
How many players is it?
7 at least.
Usually, yeah, 7 or 8.
7 or
So
8.
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine
I-
they would get as many on the server as they can.
Yeah, see, this
So-
feels like a game that was made for VR when it was first made. So, like,
It
I'm happy to
just-
see it.
Yeah,
Made
it
for
looks like
us.
it's going to be so great. I
We
can't
accuse
wait.
each other all the
We
time.
It's
will-
gonna be hilarious.
We will do a day one live stream.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes out that night, we'll do a day one live stream. Get as many people in as we can.
Maybe
Yeah.
for like 2 hours.
You heard it here. 2 hours? You think that's a
Oh.
good idea?
Oh.
Oh man,
That's
that's
an
a
idea.
little bit of foreshadowing. Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's going to be so much fun. Oh crap! What number was that?
Oh,
No.
oh yeah, 2 hours.
No.
That's right.
Ah,
That's
So-
right.
the
Well, what have you been up to?
the next game.
That's the new name of the
really
category in
excited
Discord
for.
tomorrow.
Are you done?
Go on, kid.
The next game I am super excited for is Bone Lab. So Boneworks gets a lot of criticism because people feel like it's not a finished game and it's a sandbox and all this crap. But everyone else is like, can you make a standalone version? And now we've got it. And I'm crazy excited for this game. It's another one I have the trailer for. If you guys want to watch the trailer,
I
if
am
not,
so hyped for this game.
Yes.
do you want the trailer?
Yeah.
Yes, fuck
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
I want a trailer.
Yeah,
This is like
this
a
tells me
Sony
nothing.
Finally
This
got their
tells
single
me
player
nothing.
update.
I can't
I
hear
want-
you.
I'm feeling so strange. Been feeling this way for the longest time. Close my mind. Empty space
Yeah, that's pretty
outside time, leading me to realize I'm alive.
Oh shit. Whoa, punch him. Shoot it. Hit it.
Okay, that looks pretty
So,
dope.
is it like a sandbox survival kind of thing?
I get the vibe that it has an actual campaign.
So yeah, there's an actual campaign for it. There are, if you see in that last room you walked into, there's a arena. So perhaps there's going
Yeah.
to be actual
Place for
multiplayer PvP. There's place
Yeah,
for
future
mods.
update probably.
There's the
'cause it's not being
sandbox.
advertised as that yet.
Yeah. Well, there are plenty of mods that put Boneworks into multiplayer. So the code is out there. Other people have written it, so they can figure it out. One of the things that really I love about Boneworks is they aren't scared to
That's
make you
exception.
move. So you're jumping around, you're moving around like crazy, and they don't put blinders up. They don't stick you to the ground. You can just do whatever you want. They were like, go throw up all over the place. We don't care. And it's nice looking at the Quest version. It looks like they're doing the same thing. They have said they are not watering down the physics for the standalone version, so it's going to have the same physics engines and properties that are in the actual
man,
game.
It's gonna have
They're
the
going to be in the
physics
Quest
engine.
version.
I'm here
So,
for it.
oh man, it's so good. And
So,
Boneworks
What,
is
let me ask you
the
a question.
first game I
What is
played.
what
on
what
PC.
is it though? I didn't think they were
It-
clear at all as far as what was going on.
So the best way I can explain this is
I have an explanation of it if you guys want.
okay. Go on. Yeah, go on.
You're essentially underground exploring a creepy lab after escaping your own execution, and then you have to like find training modules and get through them. And the more you complete these challenges, the more you find out about why you're in this place and what your role is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, they didn't do a good job of
There you
explaining that at all. And
It's a mystery.
Because again, these guys, Bone Lab,
Really random.
they know their audience, and people immediately get excited just seeing the what do they call the mannequins? I can't remember the name. I loved the game. I played it a lot for like 3 weeks straight, and then I haven't touched it again since then. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool, but without mods and stuff, it gets kind of boring. But
Oh, I'm
I'm
sure.
super excited for this because a standalone version means there's so much more room, and obviously they're allowing mods and everything into it, so it's going to be crazy. And it's another one I'm really excited for. So 2 games in their 7-game showcase that really have me like, yes. But this will be good.
All right.
Is that everyone's feelings on it?
So-
Yeah, I hadn't seen it yet. It looks
Has
good.
anyone here, other than Kitty, played Boneworks?
No.
Watched a lot of videos on it.
So, has anyone here who has played it also played Blade and Sorcery? Darn. I wanted you to
So-
compare the physics engines.
It looked,
I mean,
it
they
looked a
look
little
like-
super hot to me.
They look like the same to me. Like all the all the videos I've seen from Blade and Sorcery, it's the same style. Where I mean, everything works the way it works in the real world. Like even throwing
You can
stuff,
grab
like,
people.
when
Like
throw-
if you have no
it's like
weapons, you can grab them, hold them in place, pick them up by their neck. Like
So in Boneworks, everything has weight. So like if you pick up something heavy, it drags down. I don't know if
it does not do that in Blade and Sorcery. You can
Yeah.
be Darth Vader with one hand. Like
so that's again one of the cool things about Boneworks, which is still kind of weird because I mean you can still move your appendages, but virtual reality, whatever. But yeah. But no, everything I've heard about Blade and Sorcery is kind of a don't waste your money on it situation.
Oh, so Blade and Sorcery is
Yeah.
intended to be a progression, single player campaign where you can unlock and earn increasingly like more powerful weapons and stuff through a campaign. That just hasn't been released yet, but when it is, it'll be included with your purchase of the game.
Yeah, but
It-
Blade and
it's-
Sorcery has been out for how long now?
It's a very like when you
Since I
talk
got it,
small
it's-
team, like Warp Frog is actually active in updating it, and it's just a really small team. Like I think it's like 7 guys.
And okay, so there's 7 guys. Zenith is like 12, maybe more with the funding they've
Okay,
received.
I can find out right now. They
None
actually
of this
Are we
bodes
back
well
on
for
Zenith?
like any. They've got 7 guys, and it's been how long since they've been out? It just you got to do more, man.
Warp Frog has 3 employees. That's right. I remember from reading the Discord. It was 1 guy, and then he finally was able to hire 2 other people earlier this year. Like, cut him
That's
some
rough.
slack.
Yeah. I mean,
Kier's a future game developer. He's building up all the karma now for it. Get your shit together, guys. It's not that hard.
come on, man.
1s and 0s, just do them.
So this title, kind of like Ghostbusters VR, came out of nowhere. Like, quite literally in how they presented it and the game itself. Like, it looks good. It's just, I guess it's nice to be surprised. It's just not what I expected to be surprised with.
I don't believe my I have the trailer for this one too. I
Let's see
don't
it.
believe my eyes watching the trailer. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch it.
It's gonna be some No Man's Sky style hype.
I think so.
Oh, what?
Rendered in
that already
engine,
looks
not
so much
actual
better than
gameplay.
anything else I've seen.
It's not actual gameplay.
Good to know.
No, is that rendered?
Yep.
Everybody
Okay,
ready?
wow.
Ready.
This is so dirty to do in
Same.
VR when graphics are not here
Yep.
yet. For people who don't know that.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's like those mobile apps where it's like a totally different game in the advertisement.
Where'd it go?
Maybe they can pull it off.
I don't have the shot.
It's too fast.
Like, look at this. No way.
My headset would melt if anything close to that occurred on it.
It probably would.
I can definitely see. I
That
can
could still be
definitely
fun,
see
though.
some backlash when it finally
Hey,
comes out. Maybe
Can I point out something right there? I just
Yeah.
caught. I didn't realize. Sony owns Ghostbusters, so Sony has now made a Quest title.
Yeah.
Even
Yep.
though they're a major competitor with
Well,
they
this
call the
is Sony
PlayStation.
Studios, not Sony Electronics.
Still,
so,
they're-
but still,
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're the ones
It
them
looks-
and Xbox have like a huge license with EA as well. So everybody's trying to make inroads right now into this huge new expanse that is VR.
It's not
I
huge
hope
yet.
so. I hope it
Based
gets
on
there.
major titles like the big ones in the
will
store
be.
having 2,000 reviews.
I mean,
It's coming.
like right now, the only VR news that makes mainstream headlines is like some dude paid $10 million for a house next to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse. Like that's the news you see in the real world.
Oh yeah, the
Man
metaverse
caught
is way
masturbating
too
with headset
entwined
on.
with crypto.
Or
Like-
some
That was in your local newspaper, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I am excited for this game. I guess it came out of nowhere. Like Meta said, like, is anyone asking for this game? I don't know. But
I mean, look,
again, to kind of
I
liken
It
back
felt
to
like
us
Luigi's Mansion.
well, for
Oh, dude, yes.
Go on, Bowley.
No, what I was gonna say is that just like you guys referenced the clip from the beginning of our show here, the Phasmaphobia, right? People like that game a lot, and it's on PC VR. So they're trying to get that. It seems like they want to get that same kind of crowd, that Phasmaphobia crowd, to play something on Quest. And if they do it 4-person co-op, and it's anything with Ghostbusters, and they do a decent
Yeah.
job, it's gonna be fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But
feel like
think
those
it's
are
not
such
gonna look like that. It's
very
gonna be
different
fun.
games, though.
They are.
Phasmophobia
yeah.
is actual horror. Ghostbusters is like comedy.
Yeah, they don't. And they
I
don't
feel
give you a
like,
gun in
but what I'm saying
Phasmophobia.
is that no, but they looked like in the trailer that they weren't going to make it total comedy. That they were going to try to blend
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
comedy with some of the fear aspects there. So they're not going for straight comedy with it. You can tell by the trailer. And
Yeah.
so, but what you can't tell by the trailer is anything else. So it's almost like it feels like the scene is
What will the game
It's like,
What will the game actually look
we'd
like?
like it to be something like this. Look at how great this looks. I hope
It's Cyber Ninja. They just showed us Cyber Ninja. They're like, we're gonna show them a trailer and they'll tell us what we should make.
Right, like what?
Right.
What is the time frame on this? Like, was this announced to be like
Everything in the show is within the next year.
Yeah.
With this,
So-
Well, no, there was a
2022,
disclaimer
we'll have
at the very start. It said, unless things change, which happens in games, things may not release this year.
Unless they rendered this game in engine.
Like, I
Yeah.
feel like they don't have a game engine, which is why they
have
needed
a
to
game
render it outside of it.
I don't think there's any game. That's right. I don't think there's a game. I think this is it. This is
Yeah.
it. They wanted to get people's reaction on this and see what people say and see what people are saying about this. And then they're
Exactly.
going to make a decision whether they're going to make the game or not. They might not even make it.
Yeah, the game hasn't
I
even
hope
been
they
loaded.
prove you wrong in a month
The
from
thing
now.
is, though, is I
Ghostbusters
kind
VR.
of agree with Bomey on that because they've got Switch users, Xbox users, PlayStation users. They're trying to bring people, PC users, everybody from every direction. They're trying to get them to play VR because it's the new hot thing, and everybody eventually is going to be playing a little bit of VR. And I agree with Bomey. They're just trying to test the waters and see how people react. What do they like? What are they thinking of? Because, man,
Look how
it's-
much. I think they did the
gaming
same
is a
thing.
huge cutthroat competition, and like PlayStation, Sony, they have their own exclusive titles. Xbox is now allowing
Quest
somewhat of a
needs
little bit of
stronger
Sony onto their
exclusives.
Game Pass. Everyone's kind of like out there testing the waters to see what they can do and what they can get away with. And I think he's totally right. And like, this might not even be a game. This might just be a music video.
I think this is but this is like the blueprint of what they've done. I mean, how long have they had the preview for VR for Assassin's Creed? How long have they had the VR like little teaser for Splinter Cell, for GTA? Like these things have been going on for years as bait to get people like, well, eventually we're gonna have these few things, but they weren't ready for any of that shit. And they use these big names and these big things, it seems like, to try to bait people in, thinking it's going to come eventually, and they're just bringing you in. I mean, I don't even think there's a game for this. There's definitely not. I don't think so.
Don't go definitely, because Kitty's right. Like there's a complete chance this comes out in like a month, and then we have to eat our words.
I would too. I would eat crow for an
If they
hour.
had the game, why wouldn't they show it?
I think there's two reasons potentially. Hear me out. So reason one, because the actual game is just it looks so generic VR
So
like any other area that it's so generic VR that it's like boxy rooms, and it doesn't feel like that at all. It just has like avatars in there that are branded Ghostbusters. That's option one, at least in its current state. Maybe not when it releases, but they don't have that yet. Or option two is, like you said, like there really isn't a game. I can't think of another reason.
I can kind of vibe with you on option one, because then like when you play WoW and they show you the new expansion and how great it's gonna look, they render that shit so high and make it look so nice. And then you get in game and you're like, man, only the cutscenes look this good. Y'all could have done a little better with this. What's going? My armor is still polygonal as hell. Like, what the hell is this, man? My shoulder pads don't look cool.
I feel like a Ghostbusters game is like a census of how many actually like older gamers are playing. Like, you know, it's like they recognize the adults are buying the headsets, but they're like, okay, there's so many screechers in here. Are any of them actually playing it, or is it just a babysitter device for a lot of these people? So they put out a game that is aimed towards the older generation to figure out whether or not we're actually playing.
So I mean, not only the older generation though. The Ghostbusters that came out, the one with like the all-female cast, it did really well. So
There's
yeah,
been
it
one
did.
since then that did really
Yeah,
well.
I
The
was
one
just
with the
gonna
all
say.
females did not do well.
Oh, my bad.
Well, the one
Whatever.
no,
I
The one
didn't
that
watch
just
either.
came out did
All I
really
know
well.
is that one
came
of
out
the
with
new
the
ones
kids,
did
with the
really
kids
well.
from Stranger Things. That one did well. Yeah.
So,
But-
Kay Leakey, what do you think about Ghostbusters?
She's scared.
I don't know
scared.
if our audience has ever heard her say anything other than her name.
No.
I've said a little bit of here and there. I have. You probably don't remember, but I have.
No, she doesn't.
I remember.
All in her head.
I don't know. I think it could be fun. I don't know.
Oh, you know what?
Kind of.
Does it interest you at all? Like, do you see that
A
trailer and
little
think you
bit.
should get into it?
I would try it, but I don't see me playing it like all the time. I see me get bored quickly.
Yeah.
It looks like a single
like a party
serving kind of game. Yeah.
Party game. Introduce people to your quest by showing them some Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's so like hand
Yeah.
physics lab or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Physical education.
Yeah.
It's
No, they're cool.
it's really
They get
cool for
boring
20
after a
minutes,
while.
and then you're like, all right.
Where
You're like,
was
oh, I
price
can
tag on that?
do this in real life too.
It's like
They're gonna put a
$20.
retarded price tag on it because it says Ghostbusters though, and who's gonna actually pay $30 for something that you're probably?
Oh yeah, they're gonna put the extra high price
Yeah.
tag. By the way, I did find out about the Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. It's $40. But
I was gonna tell you that.
Bonely money. I can't afford Bonely money.
Only money.
but so I was thinking about the why people think that like VR is still a luxury, because I haven't really been able to get it. But then I realized there's no other controllers. When you said like there's only one headset, like it's one thing to buy a $300 Xbox. It's another thing to buy a $300 headset per person in the house. They got to find a way to deal with that. Like if you have 3 kids and 3 siblings and they all want to play video games together and they can't just sit down in front of the TV, you're gonna buy $900 worth of headsets.
I
Like,
know they're having a competition on who can do the most chores to get one.
but see, that's my point. It's never been. It's always been split screen gaming, and like you can just all share.
But I mean, you're talking about the same battle they had with Xbox when suddenly you lost 4-player co-op on the same console. You know, when's the last time you saw 4-player split screen on anything that wasn't like
Yeah,
you know,
but then there's
Split screen
or
sucks.
the new- no, dude. Like Halo back in the day, like the 4-player.
No, back in the
split
day it was
screen.
fine, but,
but
no good
there are
new
games that
can
are
be
still
split screen.
made.
But
that are
that's my
still-
point. They changed the way the market worked.
Yeah.
So now me and my wife have to buy 2 Xboxes if we want to play Xbox together. Same thing with the headsets. I had to buy an extra headset so we could play together.
Fair point.
Like, I mean,
But there
I
is
feel
still the
like
option. There are still games made that it's possible. It's literally not possible
Not-
to do.
not games that people want. Kier's trying to show off his avatar or something. I don't know.
I finally figured it out.
But I still think, I mean, it's a good point that, you know, a lot of these. But again, now we're back to kids playing VR, and I feel like that's a whole discussion we could have an entire episode about, where parents are using it as a babysitter. So, the idea of getting 4 kids onto VR is a little crazy, but the idea of 2 almost adults or adults buying their own headsets, that's not crazy.
No,
Because
that's
again,
not.
you go out and you buy your own console, and you buy your own TV, and then you buy a couch to sit on, and then you buy another console that you put on your face. What's the problem?
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Go ahead, Budo.
This I just need to say back to Ghostbusters. I loved Ghostbusters so much as a kid. I had a power pack. I was for Halloween, and so to just be in VR and be like holding the power pack, I'll be happy.
And that's exactly what they're marketing for.
Yep, I
Because
know.
you want
I
that
know.
nostalgia. You want that back in 1989 when you had just watched it and you got home and you were like, I want that siren and I want that freaking hearse with the logo on it. And then I'm buying all the action figures. Look, I got this Slimer ooze. That's what they're going for, man. All those kids back then. You see this, we go, wait, we can go catch a ghost? I'm about to go catch a ghost. It could be a lot of fun. I bet it's. Now I'm getting more excited. About it.
See, if I get to use that box, if I can slide the box out, press it with my foot, pop it open. Oh yeah.
Look, if
It's
they
gonna
do
be
it
fun.
right, it can be excellent.
No, it could be an excellent.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, it's very concerning the fact that they didn't want to show anything that actually is going to be in the game.
For sure.
There was not a single
Yes,
gameplay
agreed.
mechanic demonstrated.
It's just a project. Like, this is just an idea and a project that has made it that far. I mean, that's really where it's at. I mean, they're going to check the analytics and check how many people research it, how many people Google it today, Ghostbusters VR. They're going to be running crazy analytics on people's
Not to
reactions.
mention, isn't this the only Quest Quest exclusive that was announced? Were the other ones Quest exclusive?
Was it exclusive? I didn't notice it was
They
Quest
didn't say
exclusive.
it.
Said that shit
They
after.
never mentioned it.
I kind of want to find out if it is, because if it is, then that would kind of change things. If it's exclusive, they're definitely going to run advertisements like on TV for it.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to see The Exorcist Sin. I wanted to see that coming out. I was disappointed they didn't show that, because that's 4-player and that
Here's Budo.
was good.
I want GTA. I can't lie.
Oh
That's
yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't show that.
that was very disappointing.
So Budo has the talking stick.
No. Okay. So are we? Is that all the games that we were going to cover?
No, there's one left. I don't know what it is, but there's one left.
Okay.
I can't remember. It must have been exciting.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
actually,
no,
it
this
did look
actually
kinda
was
cool.
the exciting one. This is the one that I was
But when
excited for.
we're done talking about
player
this,
though. Is it single player?
Yeah, looks like it.
I don't care. I still
Later
love
then.
this
It
perfectionly.
looks cool. It looks cool. But
It
single
looks
player,
neat.
like,
It's
single.
really heavy anime styled. Like it looks like Meta was saying earlier, like you're playing a video game in an anime. Like it's got some cool artwork and styling. Maybe it'll be fun, but it is single player. So again, I can hang out with you guys and have fun in games. That's what I want to do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing that there were so many individuals.
Wait, what?
What did I miss?
They're having
So-
a moment.
We feel the love. We want to play with you too.
Yes.
What?
I know. I'm a lot of fun.
You
Why
are.
would you want to play with Kitty? Like,
Look, I see Kitty's face, and I want to throw my headset.
I knew that was going to happen.
Notice how much
I was
better
like, oh,
audio
man,
got?
this game dropped.
He had to leave. He was laughing so hard.
Okay,
Oh,
but
let's see here.
we can talk about this game, but what I'm curious about, that you were talking about how they didn't talk about Project Cambrian. What I'm just curious about, because there was those leaked photos of what looked like their new headset. I'm curious how they could not touch on that. Like, was it real, or now I'm wondering, like, is it just not a thing? Like,
It's the same thing as the Ghostbusters clip, man. It's just a picture right now.
No, so according to like trusted news sources, it's
Yeah,
already in
that's true.
production.
That's
So
You know what? I had
we're
a
not
moment.
far away from it. I think again they didn't want to overshadow their really crappy games.
Are we
I
high
don't know
topping?
who
While
we
we're on
gotta
the
try to
topic
talk to.
of like potentially upcoming headsets, do we want to talk about the upcoming Apple VR that's rumored?
isn't that supposed to be super expensive?
No. I wanted to talk about what you guys just said about why didn't they mention anything about it. And to me, as a business, it would be very, very irresponsible to start promoting a new headset when all of a sudden you had success with this headset this holiday season. And
Yeah.
so, because people like you might not think so for people that have
I
had
still
multiple
sold, like,
sets and then are
Xbox.
all embedded into it, but for the entire market that have just entered the VR market, right? Everyone has just entered this market, and and it still feels very new in there. It's not. It doesn't feel like a overburden. Like there, at the end of Nintendo, before Super Nintendo came out, there was a zillion Nintendo games. It had went its course. This doesn't feel like it's went its course yet. I know Kitty's gonna have a heart attack. So let me finish. So it feels like it's.
Oh, bye, Kier. Kier's got to go.
Oh,
Everybody's
I
gotta
gotta take off, y'all.
Take it
All
easy.
right, I gotta dip out early. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Have a great time and happy
420.
Oh, well,
No,
then
it is.
the life
Have a
that
good one, man.
calls, go to it.
But what's it called? What I was saying is that everybody that just entered the VR market, right? They do not expect now, within a few months, to be hearing about they're going to have to buy a whole new set that has a whole new thing going on.
So
They're
what
not
if-
going. They're not going
so,
to. You're not
guys,
talking Xbox 360 to Xbox One.
Yeah,
It's
this
just a
is the
pro
mid
version of the
upgrade.
hardware. That's all it is.
It's gonna be able to run the same games. Just
The
better.
people that want a better experience can get it, but it's not going to have its own dedicated market. It's
But
still
you
going to
can-
have. It's going to be the same Quest
Right,
market.
but you know, with kids, I mean, you know what it is. If
Yeah.
the new thing comes out,
Leverage
Well, I mean,
that.
that's nothing
You
new
just
to the
bought them a
market.
headset this year.
Keeping up with the whoever's.
In the same fiscal year, you're going to get another
parents calling
infusion.
like, "Yo, I want to return this headset for the new headset."
Yeah, people do that all the time. They trade in their console, man.
Have
Yeah,
to.
but it's also
normal practice.
It's
It's the
gonna
only
be
reason
annoying.
GameStop
It
is
would
still in
annoy
business.
I'm telling you, as a business, it would have annoyed people and it would have confused people to say they have this whole new thing coming out that's a headset when everybody just invested in this headset. I'm telling you, it would have confused people.
I
So-
think it was just a logistics standpoint where again they didn't want to overshadow the games. This was only about games.
That's
and
true.
It's already in production, man. So they're going to announce it soon, and they're going to be selling it in the next month or two. So,
And I'm just curious, do you think that those photos is that's actually what it is?
so one of the oh gosh, what's his name? He's probably the most prominent VR YouTuber. He always wears the mask. He actually got to play on their new hardware that people. So there are game developers out there that have this headset.
Yes.
So he went to visit one of the developers and he wore it. And he said, I can't tell you that this is exactly what it looks like, but the device I played this game on at the developer looked exactly like this. So,
Cool.
So I mean, that
That's
seems
wild.
like as much of
Did
a
they,
confirmation.
did they
as
say
you
what
can
it's
have.
going to cost? Like what the price is or anything like that?
No,
Well, if it
everything
goes
that I've
with-
seen, they
if it
haven't
goes
talked
with
about it.
pricing, it'll
Quest.
probably just be like 100 more than a Quest or something.
Well, they're
What?
calling it the Pro model, so it's probably going to, I would guess $600 or $700.
600
but
or 700.
again, I'm
The
still
maximum
surprised they
thing
sell the
is
Quest for
300.
300. So maybe I'm
No,
wrong.
I'm thinking it might be
Double,
more like
than
400.
double?
No,
400.
I'm thinking more like I see what you're
500.
saying, Kitty, with it being VR and like Vive and other like higher end headsets being in that price range because it's a different market than console because the price range hasn't really been set. Like in all reality, Meta is selling these headsets at a loss right now
Oh, yeah.
for what they're
Oh, yeah.
making these for. Like they there's no way they couldn't afford to sell these for $300. So it kind of makes sense that it would be higher, but see, because of the strategy they're going with, man, I would be shocked if it's higher than 500. It'll be somewhere between 4 and 5 in my mind. But that's just
I
me.
still think
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Damn it.
But anyways, speaking of all these games, there's so many games coming out. We're gonna have to play a bunch of games. We're gonna play new games. How long should we play those games for?
2 hours, maybe?
1 hour, 59 minutes.
I'm just spitballing here, but I heard a rumor that the Quest store has a 2-hour time limit on returns. So
They do?
maybe
I've heard of this
like,
as well.
Like as people that enjoy playing games together, it'd be a good idea to start playing games for about 2 hours,
Maybe
and then
an
deciding
hour.
if we're going to keep them or throw them away. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that this is the start of a beautiful thing.
So I don't know why we're being stupid about it, but
Nah, you're being sketchy. We're not doing anything sketchy. It's their policy.
I thought we're just being on par for the day.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, it's super exciting. You guys are gonna love it. In reality, all it is us live streaming 2 hours of a video game.
So we're gonna
twice a month.
We're gonna start picking games and playing it and letting you guys know what we think. Do we think it's worth keeping, or do we think it's not worth keeping? And between all of us, we've played quite a few VR games, so we are the critics for you new people to the medium who don't know what a good game in VR is like yet. You've only played a 2-star rated game so far, and you're like, oh, is this what VR is?
And specifically multiplayer games, because there are a bunch of people playing single player games and streaming them. You're celebrating your birthday a little too hard.
You know the worst part, Siberian, is I have a pitch. It's written out right here, and instead we did that. But, anyways, yeah, we've got a new show coming your way on our channel.
Should we?
Right? It's going to be the first 2 hours. It's a catchy name, right? It's going to be a bi-weekly live show where we live stream the first 2 hours of gameplay for a certain chosen multiplayer game. Basically, we're going to have a countdown in the corner, and when it hits 0, we're all logging out of the game immediately, and then we'll chat about it for a little while.
And we'll make sure that timer ends like 15 minutes before it actually needs to, because I am not getting caught in there. Not to mention that your timer starts the moment you open the file to the moment the quest actually closes it. So it's not when you're playing the game. Don't leave it open and walk away.
You know, that happened. One of the Steam games I got, I played literally 4 minutes of it, and I was like, this is horrible. I took my headset off, and it was still running on my computer. It ran on my computer for 10 hours. I got it the next day, and I was like, I'm returning this, and it was just outside of their playtime window. So I can't remember what it was. Like, they've got a much more generous refund policy for Steam, but it was outside of their policy, and I was like, man, like, and it was terrible. I can't even remember what it is. It was before VR. It was some stupid game.
Yeah, but there is one other caveat that I feel like we should PSA here. If you ever clear your app data in your Oculus settings because your game is running slowly and you're trying to clear up your memory on the game, if you clear your app data in the game and then try to return it, they won't accept your return.
And FYI, it's not some kind of a way to scam Oculus. That's not what we're looking for. We genuinely want to review games, and we want to do it in the way you'd have to play the game. So if you want to return it, it's got to be within that 2-hour time period.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying just for
I'm just
people who need to legitimately return their games. Like,
yeah,
be aware of this thing.
I'm just doing a quick CYA just because, I mean, really, we're not trying to scam it or get free games or anything like that or find
No,
stupid content. But
our
we want
intention
to
is
try every
We want to
multiplayer
try
game
all
that's
of the
out there.
games. If
Yeah.
Plus,
these
we
games
wanna-
are promoted as games for sale that people should enjoy, there's a policy that exists to let me know if I want to play it. I'm not trying to play the same game multiple times, return it, and get it again. You know, I'm trying each game one time. That's fair use. That's the policy. I mean, it's on a grander scale, but that's the policy, man.
plus, we plan on picking games that we think we're going to like overall, or we
Yeah, I
have the
intend to keep
potential
most
to
of them
like.
probably.
We don't plan
Yeah.
on picking a game that we think we're all going to hate and just use it and whatever, and then throw it all back and everyone give it back. We plan on picking games that at least we have somewhat of an interest in, and we think
Guys,
there's a
we have
possibility
such a guilty
that we can
conscience.
keep
I
it.
think it's not a big deal.
No,
Like, we don't need
I'm
to
just saying,
justify.
the whole
I don't
point
think
of
any
the
of us
show-
are guilty.
the
I
whole
think
point
we
of
just
the
want to
show
make
is
it
to
clear
decide
that,
whether you want to keep it or not. So if you already know before the show starts or before the game starts that there's no way you're keeping it, that's pointless.
Well,
The
see, I
point of
think
it
that's
is
the whole
to-
point of the show, though, right? We're gonna do like a poll at the end, and we're gonna ask each
Exactly.
person, "Are you keeping it?" And then we go
Yeah,
down.
we're going to go in with an open mind on the games that we choose. So during the week, we're going to be voting and making decisions. And if you guys, anybody out there watching, wants to throw us some options on games, that would be wonderful, and we would consider those. And yeah.
And one thing to make it fair, because this show is going to be about when you're experiencing a game for the first time for that first hour 45 minutes. So if we've already played the game, we'll be stepping back. And we're going to let the people who haven't played the game play it. So
yeah,
we want a genuine first boot experience where you're having to figure all the crap out. We're not going to have
Which
people
in
telling us how to
VR could be
play.
harrowing experiences.
Dude, that racing game that y'all love so much, dude. The first time I logged in, I'm trying to figure out how to get to any menus or anything to make sense, and it is not intuitive.
There's not like an understood general lexicon that exists about how to make menus in VR. Like on console games, it's expected. You have a list, you scroll down through it. In VR, it's like, no, we're gonna try something
I feel
different.
like the watch is becoming pretty universal, where you pick up your hand or you turn it one way or the other and get your menu.
And
you feel like that because you use Steam VR.
Yeah,
I don't see that anywhere else.
No, they
Sorry.
Demio.
Play Rec Room or Demio or any of the other games we play.
The only one I played is Demio, but yeah, Demio is a good example.
And something just got reminded me. There was one other game that I think was covered, and I just wanted to touch on it real quick. Red Matter 2.
Oh yes.
I really loved Red Matter 1. That was one of my first VR experiences that I was like, okay, this is a real serious thing. So I'm looking forward to the sequel.
Can you explain what it is?
It is very much a puzzle game, first person, and you're like in a spacesuit, so you got a jet, and you're going through, and you're on Mars, and you're just solving puzzles, and they're pretty legit puzzles. That I was really bummed that one of the puzzles I had to look up help for it because I just could not figure it out. So they were challenging and they were fun, and it was also a little scary. It was the first time I had a jump scare in VR. Something was happening, the lights were flickering, and I just turned around, and then there was somebody right there, and I freaked the fuck out.
That's why he's so stone cold in Phasmaphobia.
Budo is so calm, cool, and collected. He's like brave, goes through the doors, runs to the house by himself. People
Close the door behind him.
One squeak, squeal, scream from him. Did we not?
Yeah, you did give me. Yeah, because
couple.
that character was crazy. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I love Phasmophobia. But anyways, I like it. It's a good mix of puzzle, sci-fi, and horror, and that's a really cool
and
mix.
Funny as hell because
Well, we're talking about Red Match.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
One of the things I really like about it is the way they choose to do your hands, and that you're holding Quest controllers, and they have little grapples on them. So you're manipulating everything.
You're right. It actually is. Yeah, there are these things that look like Quest controllers, but instead it's like your spacesuit controls, and it was clever. It was a clever move.
That's cool.
It's a smart way to do it. It's like, you had the gravity gun in early PC games so that you could, manipulate the environment, and because it was the best way to do it. And I feel like that's really smart. When you have controllers in your hands, for your character to be holding controllers makes sense.
Yeah.
But did you guys see, completely off topic, there's a new update for hand tracking Hidden Quest.
I saw that today. Yeah.
now they've
What
got-
I was just about to
they've got
say.
collision. You can touch your hands.
Yeah.
It's got much better field of view, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. And I can't
See,
wait to
I
start
think the
playing
future of
games
VR
with my
controllers
hands.
are probably literally just hands.
And there's
should
some
move,
games where
though.
that
It
would
should be.
Go like
some
this to
games
move
that would be
forward.
hard. But yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to do
Well,
room
I think
scale.
I think there will be more games made for it. is what I think.
Or you do it like halfway.
Or-
so
or
like
gloves.
left hand just
Glove
just
controllers.
joystick, and then maybe
Just
your right
move
hand.
as if
just-
there's a
Yeah.
joystick and it
Yeah,
tracks you.
seriously.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be interesting.
maybe.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
I mean, it's a cool. I mean, we're getting into a lot of weird territory. You know, where you're starting up having these Omni treadmills and hand controllers.
that whole thing.
and
Have you
the
guys seen
vibrating vest and
have you seen the shoes that
Oh,
you
I've had
like
the
put over
vibrating
your
vest for a
regular
while,
shoes
that's not
where you sit down but then you move your feet on the carpet and then it will move
on a
you.
bar stool?
Yeah, on
on
a
the
bar
most
stool.
uncomfortable bar stool.
Yeah, it
on the
does not look
planet.
comfortable, but it's interesting. I was like, okay, there's so much experimentation in this.
I mean,
one of my favorite
So-
things.
locomotion in VR is a weird thing. If you don't have room scale VR with like room detection and stuff like that, it's weird.
Yeah.
Tennis.
So I
People are just
forget
gonna think I'm
what
having a
we
stroke and talking about tennis.
I forget what we had on the outline. Was there anything? I mean, we were gonna maybe touch on esports, but is
So
No,
I
we're
think
gonna
that
save
for the
it.
first game we play for our live stream for the first 2 hours, we had decided on warplanes.
Yeah.
This
yes,
is correct.
Yes, go back to 2 hours. Yes.
And just
Budo's
just bringing
like,
it
we're
back.
done. Let's go.
No, not at all. I
Yeah,
derailed it
our
because I remembered Red Matter. So
Our first 2 hours, our first 2 hours is going to be warplanes. We're not going to download it until the day of, and you guys are going to get our genuine first reaction to everything.
Straight to
I'm looking
multiplayer.
forward to Zayliki's throwing up on stream. It's going to be
And this
wonderful.
will not be
Is
edited.
that really the plan?
Yes, straight to multiplayer. That is what we're
I mean, I
doing.
feel like we have to, unless
I
it
don't.
forces you into a
Otherwise, we're all
tutorial.
gonna get individual experience. The live stream's got to be us all. We'll all be experiencing
Yeah.
different things. When we
Oh
get
my god, we're gonna be crashing everywhere.
I have to be
It's
on
gonna be
several
terrible
different
and
streams.
wonderful.
There's the person winning is just gonna be the person who doesn't keep crashing.
Yep, exactly.
But you know,
It's gonna be
one of the
fun.
things we've been working on this week is figuring out how to live stream from like multiple guys playing in game, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
got it worked out. So
We
I don't
do?
know if we'll do some. Yeah, I got it working. It's working. So
We'll talk about that after.
and we
Yeah.
and again as what Kitty was
See the teacher after class, Kitty.
what Kitty was referring to, and like
I'll be
to
there.
for people who are watching who
Ooh.
maybe have trouble with motion sickness while in VR, like that's something that Zayleek and Kayleek
We-
have had issues with.
we've-
So
We've got the perfect guinea pigs, you know, and this guy down here too.
Oh,
He's a
guys,
little-
I use a full vignette when I'm in Dash Dash World.
I hate it. I was so
barely see anything.
Meta, I was so pissed that you like barely played the game, and I was actually trying to practice, and you still beat me. I was like, God damn it!
What?
Yeah, Dash, you got a better placing than me. In the,
Oh,
the-
have you
in
been
the
playing
league.
that this whole time?
Not this whole time, but I was practicing. I was trying. I was
So-
trying. You were not trying.
So
Bodhi
Meta's
was like, you
approach-
just expected me to show up and win. And Kitty is over here saying the same thing. He's about to say the same thing. And let me tell
Maybe
you,
we
I
should
showed
show the
up and I
rankings.
won.
Kitty, can we get the rankings,
Well,
the current rankings
I,
up on the
at least I
screen?
need Budo.
Is there a way to do
I
that?
mean, yes, but
Let's just talk about it. Why show it? Just talk about it.
let me see.
Yeah,
did I
somebody could
save
pull it
them
up on
somewhere?
Discord. I can do that.
It was what do we got? We got
Only
Bobo, and
like
Bobo's in
no.
first.
Yeah,
Bobo's in
Bobo
first.
destroyed us. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, Bobo's in first, and he destroyed us. Then Sermono is in second. That's why
Woo!
he's so nice.
That's why he
me and
wanted to
Meta, me and Meta are tied for third.
What?
And then Zakun is in fourth.
I'll have it beat up.
And it gets a little washy after that.
Dash's AI put me above him because I had more thumbs up points. So the game said I'm in third.
Nah, there is no third. You're in my system now. You're in the Bonely system now.
Bonely system.
Fucking tied.
Oh, that's the leaderboard.
Yeah. Nah, it's fun. I can't wait to do that next week. Really, it's going to be a good time. And
All
I'm
right.
excited to keep playing games with you guys this week. Yeah.
Hell
Are we gonna play games this week?
Yes.
Are we back to playing games?
Games are afoot.
You know, I want to throw out with how disappointed we were with the pitches today in the broadcast. I wanted to pitch the games that we love because they're better and they should have pitched them and given these developers a showcase. So if we're going to take off, we take off, and I'll put these last two trailers up, and we'll see you guys next week.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.
That was instinctive, by the way. That wasn't a joke.
Kitty Budo can only hold that pose for so long.
Ooh, dangerous.
Ooh, I hadn't seen this trailer yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, but this is Alicia for sure. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the beta. What the heck is that?
Something funny about 4 people just wailing on a boar.
Were those
Those look very similar. Yep. Yes, that is so sick. Hyped. I'm hyped.
Kitty. Can't hear you, Kitty.
Now, how excited are you for that?
I'm very excited.
So,
Yeah.
follow-up question. How excited are you after this quality of life bug fix on Zenith? How excited
they finally put us on the ground, and then they screw up everything else. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Great.
If you're gonna give me 3 times the inventory space, make it easy for me to move stuff from one page to the other.
I haven't even tried that.
You can't even move dust, I don't think.
You
Say
look
what?
pissed about that, bro. I can tell in your face. You look like that really annoyed you.
Oh yeah, that's fucking stupid.
You get him?
You can't even move dust from one page to the other because you can't put it into a quick slot, and that's the only way to do it.
What?
Oh,
That's what they
dumb.
did. So you're telling me they just used the quest item glitch where you could just move things from your
Well, your inventory
Now your
is
quest
just
inventory
supposed
is also
to fill
3
up.
times as
You're
big,
not
so at
supposed
least
to
there's that.
organize your inventory.
No, I understand that, but that was the mechanic that allowed that to exist. They just literally took that and then so you can't move armor either?
Does he want mine?
You could put it on.
Oh no, you can put it on, never mind.
You want mama's?
Well, I didn't think about that.
But yeah, Alicia, they've got the beta coming up. I'm sure they'll open up buy-ins again sometime soon. I watched that trailer today and I got super excited all over again because again, you see the stuff they've actually worked on. So stuff like
You
that's
can
gonna
really
find its
see
way
how
into the
they
game.
plan to make the empty
There was
spaces
so
that are currently
yeah,
in the
It'll be
game.
so awesome.
There was so much in that trailer that was not in what we played, and I already liked what we played, so I'm like, oh yes.
And it really
They
makes
need
you
to be
realize
in
they
Meta's
make
showcase.
those really big empty spaces in Elysia. Like, it's like, why do they ever need all this empty space? Well, if you have like giant golems and like different sized creatures wandering around, yeah, you need some space.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
kind of makes more sense.
Giants and dragons, I'm down.
Elysia is the one game. What's the other game? You said there was more than one.
Oh, good segue.
It's gonna be Quest Haven. I'm calling it.
Dude, I'm excited for this one.
Is this only PC VR?
No.
It's Quest and PC.
Yeah, this is gonna be dope.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that menu looks nice. I like that. That's
the
crazy.
terrain and world building.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
They gave you
Yeah.
the engine, like the
That's
actual engine
so
used to
wild.
build
You
the
make your
game.
own missions. And shit.
Oh man.
Wow.
Did anybody ever play RPG Maker?
This looks like a ton of work though. Will people really put in enough work to make it look good?
Wow.
Will they have like their own built content? Because that looks.
Yeah.
Part of me
party
felt
maps.
like that's awesome, and the
They're
other part of
shareable.
me felt like they decided to have you build their game for them.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be like Roll20 and other games like this where they have pre-built packages that you can purchase, or they'll have campaigns that you can buy from them, or they
Can't-
have included.
Can't. Mama.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay, Charlie Brown's mom.
The guy with the nicest mic.
So it's my internet, not my mic or my
Yeah,
computer.
I figured
my potato laptop.
Yeah.
So my assumption is it'll be like Roll20, where they have packages that are available that you can either purchase or maybe they'll have them pre-built so that you can play pre-built campaigns. So Roll20 does this really cool stuff where Wizards of the Coast and other big manufacturers or game builders present their own campaigns through it. So you can
That
download all
would
the
be
content. And
Sweet.
you have scripts and characters that are pre-made. If they're smart, that's the way they're going to go. And I mean, it looks like it's going to be that kind of game. And I'm really excited.
No,
I mean
look,
that. Yeah, that
you
that
can't complain about running out of content when you build the content.
Yeah, no, I mean the potential of limitless, practically limitless maps. and
I mean,
quests,
look
like,
at the
that's
Forge in
crazy.
Halo. People
Well-
still play the original Halos because they can remake maps and do whatever they want, and people still enjoy it.
Yeah,
We're 20 years later, and they still play those games.
they had like
you
4 different
introduce
kinds of
like
dice
this-
too. Like,
Well, it's D20. You got a lot of dice.
I don't know.
You got a 4-sided, a 6-sided, a 3-sided. You got a coin, 10. I mean, pretty much every number you can think of, there's a dice that has it. Except for after 20, you kind of just do 20 and then 100. But you know,
Yeah, that looks great. I'm
No,
stoked.
that was excellent. How they could not feature that with that bunch of shit that they had that they put forward, I have no clue. Because they don't get their audience.
It
That's
makes
why.
me-
They don't understand their audience.
It makes me wonder if then they are being very serious about that all of these games will come out later this year, because those ones are not guaranteed for this year.
That's the only thing is because they, like you said, the one
good
thing
point.
that you have to say is that they did put every game that they said there. You said on the store.
yeah, they show up on the
So
store
if
now.
you have it on the store, then that means they're coming out. I guess it's imminent, and so Quest Haven is not imminent. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is. But all right, that's all I've got. Anyone else got anything?
Wait, I have to ask: is this for real? Is this really happening? I'm not ready yet.
What?
This is all happening so fast. Okay, I guess it's time. All right, are we wrapping up the live stream?
Yes, we should for tonight, but by next time, I definitely want some reviews of the fan and the headset.
Oh yeah.
Talk
Next
hardware
time.
again next time,
Reviews
definitely.
Next time.
for
Yeah, hardware.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
so that's
well,
to look forward to next time.
Yeah. So,
Next time
you know,
on Council
we've got
Ballsy.
exciting things in the kiln. We've got the first 2 hours. We've got some equipment reviews. We are currently working on a lot of different recorded content, so we can kind of have some fun stuff to show off in the show. We're gonna do a TikTok because kids like TikTok. I don't know if that's a joke or not. We might do a TikTok. But,
Hey, we do have a prize coming out soon too.
a what?
A prize.
Yeah, whoever wins.
Our subscriber prize.
Oh, that. I don't.
So there is stuff in the works that when we hit, what was it, 50 subscribers?
Correct.
When we hit 50 subscribers, we're gonna do a big giveaway. I don't know what kind of details we want to give right now.
No, just it's coming. And as we get more subscribers and we get closer, it's coming. And we'll have some more details next week. But there is going to be a prize coming to the 50th subscriber.
Yeah.
Is it the 50th subscriber or a random
No,
subscriber when we get to 50?
It'll be a random subscriber of those 50. So,
Gotcha.
or once we hit 50, however many subscribers we have, and I think it's going to be Twitch specific. So subscribe to us on Twitch because that's easier for us to track and deal with. You can watch us on YouTube all you want, but Twitch gets us our big money while we monetize the guild.
Oh my gosh.
There is no money in this. This is for fun.
So I'll be that dumbass that says like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
I mean,
Okay, on this note, I think the video has died. For anyone still out there, I'm giving you mercy. I'm giving you mercy.
Good
It's
night,
ending
Cyber.
now.
Having you here.
You're supposed to say bye.
Bye. Bye.
That's all, folks.
Bye.